All right, it's 6 o'clock. We'll get started and I'll call the meeting to order. We've had the Pledge of Allegiance and invocation. Miss Pam will do the invocation and Miss Willie will do the Pledge of Allegiance. Everybody stand, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Father, we just thank you for the opportunity to get together this evening and gather as a community to make decisions for the good of our citizens here in Mount Pleasant. Just pray for you to be with those that are not with us tonight. And we just thank you for all the blessings that you poured upon this town. In your name we pray.
Amen.
Thank you, ladies. Roll call, please, ma'am.
Mr. Davis is out. Miss Knowles is attending virtually. Mayor
Just-
White, sorry, go ahead.
She's watching virtually. She's not a participant for today. But
Correct.
hello.
She's just listening to the
Yeah.
meeting virtually, yes.
Okay,
No votes.
cool.
Um,
Laura, if you can hear us.
She can hear you all because I double checked with her. She can hear us and she can listen.
Okay.
Good.
Mayor White,
Here.
Ms. Alderson,
Here.
Ms. Johnson,
Here.
Thank you.
3 present.
Do have a quorum. Approval and correction of minutes from prior meetings. We've got 2 sets, a study session of June the 11th and the regular meeting of June the 16th. Once you've had an opportunity to review those, entertain a motion for approval.
I make a motion we approve the study session from June 11th and the regular meeting minutes from June 16th.
Got a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Got a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Awards, presentations, and appointments. Mayor's Appointment Communication Committee. Philip?
Yeah, Mayor, Commissioners, Miss Brenda Frierson agreed to sit on the Communication Committee.
Okay. We need a motion and a vote on that, correct?
She came from
Um,
who's
Miss Lori,
she's
one of
Miss
hers
Lori's
dropped off.
recommendation. Okay.
Okay. So I'd entertain a motion for
Brenda Frierson.
Brenda Frierson to fill Lori's Communication Committee.
Make a motion for Brenda Frierson to fill the seat open on Lori Knowles Communication Committee.
Got a motion
Second.
and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mayor's Appointment, Board of Zoning Appeals.
Mayor, Commissioner, Miss Marilee Mischewski has decided that she would like to sit on that board.
Thank you.
Board of Zoning Appeals.
Mary Lee's been a big active part of this community. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate it. To entertain a motion for that.
Make a motion we add Marilee Macheski onto the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Got a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Got a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Completion and review of unfinished business. Ordinance 2026-1141. Public hearing, and this will be the final reading, an ordinance repealing and replacing Title 14 Zoning and Land Use Control, Chapter 2 Zoning Ordinance of the Mount Pleasant Municipal Code. Corey?
Yes, Mayor and Commissioners, this is one we've talked about quite a bit over the past several months. There is no substantive change from the first reading of this ordinance. However, it does look different because the numbers are different. So the numbers throughout the whole zoning text are changed to coordinate with our current municipal code. So if you go on Muni Code, you look and the zoning ordinance comes up as Appendix B. And it does that because the numbers that are in our current zoning don't match with the numbers that we had in the old zoning and the rest of the Muni Code. So what we've done is, again, no substantive change. There's been nothing as far as the words that have changed, but all the numbers are different. We've also removed the reference to Chapter 2 from the title and throughout because this will repeal and replace all of Title 14. So, which was the intent all along and probably why it was in Appendix B in the first place.
Yeah.
So
Any questions for Corey? Philip? Hearing none, entertain a motion. Excuse me. This is a public hearing and a final reading. Would anyone care to speak? Please let the minutes reflect no one cared to. Entertain a motion for approval.
I make a motion to approve ordinance 2026-1141.
Got a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Monthly report from mayor. I'll be brief. Last Saturday afternoon, evening, we had a farmer's market here. And it was well attended. There were 16 vendors along with 3 or 4 food trucks. And it was the first one. There's another one scheduled for August. And I think as we continue to grow that, it'll get bigger. And then not this Friday, but next Friday is finally Friday again. And it'll be the shop hop, and there is going to be a cruise in as well with it for the cars. The first one that we did, I think we wound up with 87 cars, a number of food trucks. People hearing more about it. I'm hearing more and more calling me about it. So I think that's just going to grow. So that's all I've got. Monthly financial budget report. Ifra?
Sent the preliminary financials out on Friday. Usually in June, the June financials that I present to y'all in July are preliminary because we are still closing the books. Everything I presented to y'all is going to definitely change in the next 60 days, or at this point, probably 45 days. We're working on closing the books for June 30th. So we'll have a final set of financials for you probably in September. And then, of course, audited financials for this fiscal year will come from the audit, hopefully in January, to try to stay on track with this new audit firm that we have. Our budget was approved by the comptroller's office. We submitted it on June 26th, and it was approved on we submitted it on June 22nd. It was approved on June 26th. That's probably the quickest our budget has been approved. But the only issue, and I had emailed you all the approval letter, and I had checked with them. We had no questions, no issues. The only thing is because we were under that gas notice last year, we have done our rate increase, but now they're going to watch us for 2 years because it took us 2 years to get in the hole. They're going to watch us for 2 years to come out of that. Make sure that we keep doing what they want us to do. So we won't get any awards or anything this year just because of as long as we're under that, we won't. But they told us 2 years. This is our first year. They'll probably watch 2027 as well, and then we'll see how we go from there. And then we're working on audit at the moment, just our everyday stuff and audit. So if you all have any questions.
Yeah, get ready for that one. But here again, nobody take that wrong about the being looked at for 2 years on the gas, because we borrowed money from ourselves because it was a whole lot cheaper than going to a banker on the open bond market to get it.
And we needed to adjust our rates. I don't think we had
needed
looked
to
at our
adjust our
rates in
rates
10
to get
years.
it,
So we
so.
did a lot of changes. I think we updated all of that in the November commission meeting.
So I just always want to make that clear, because they do a great job on that budget.
Yep.
Any questions for Schiffer? Hearing none, entertain a motion to approve the financial and budget report.
Make a motion, we approve the monthly financial budget report as presented.
Got a motion? How about a second?
Second.
Got a second? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Monthly report from city manager. Philip?
Mayor and Commissioners, I don't have a lot of things this month. Just to start with, our side loader garbage truck is in Nashville for repair. The steering box is out. Should be back in a week or so. And therefore, we've having to take 2 additional employees to help pick up trash, and so we're behind on grass cutting. May work a little overtime to catch back up because there's been a lot of rain and everything's green. Yeah. Starting the process with Collier Engineering for Mount Joy Road. I hope to have that bid out and bids in by next meeting. Hope to. That's pretty proactive. But I just want you to know that we're starting that process. And then lastly, employee spotlight on page 2. Impressive young man, firefighter Caleb Clayton. He's been full-time since 2024. He holds a bachelor's from UT Southern in public health education and is pursuing his master's in business administration. And if you read, he's pretty accomplished in trap shooting. I think it says something about #1 in the nation. So get a chance to read that. Yeah, pretty impressive. But
That's
wanted to
awesome.
spotlight him this month for employee spotlight.
Good. That's awesome. Anything else, Philip?
Not for the city managers.
All right. Special reports from other departments or committees. Wastewater?
Wastewater, I'd like to be able to take this off one day, but I know I
Yeah.
have to change that ordinance. But I just want to follow up from the study session. There's still a few bugs at the wastewater treatment plant. And when I was talking about Thursday night, it was a blown fuse for the compressor, so they traced it down. And there's a few other things electrical wise. But other than that, they fixed those issues.
Okay. Good. Gas system?
gas, I forgot to put my note in here, but we're still in the process of the EDA grant for the high pressure gas gate station. I am meeting with Zach sometime, maybe tomorrow, just other options. It may not be grant related, but I didn't want to just see where that goes. There may be some avenues through the company to be able to get that in if this doesn't happen in a timely manner. I think it's good for us to explore all avenues.
Okay.
And that's all I have for gas.
Anybody got any questions for Philip on that?
No.
All right, hearing none, we'll move into new business. Ordinance 2026-1146. This will be a first reading. An ordinance of the City of Mount Pleasant, Tennessee, amending Title 4, Chapter 6 of the Mount Pleasant Municipal Code relating to travel rules, regulations, and procedures. Corey?
Purpose of this ordinance is to update your travel policy. So your travel policy is in the municipal code. That's why it's an ordinance. But the only change is to change the definition of travel to include 35 miles from here, because a lot of staff's continuing education courses are now in Franklin. So they're wanting to include that as travel as well. So it goes from 55 to 35 miles. That's the only change.
Good. Any questions? We talked about this Thursday night, but I mean, the travel trying to get back and forth north or south at any time of morning or evening. And it's just hard for these people when they have to go to that training to get back. So I'm fine with this.
Yeah, I do this a lot.
Yeah, that's
And,
right.
it may, even at 35 miles, it may take you an hour depending on what's going on. And they're shut down roads. And
Yeah.
when you've got employees that have been there all day or late, and yeah, I think that's a very smart thing for us to do.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, any other comments or questions? Hearing none, entertain a motion for the first reading.
I make a motion that we accept ordinance 2026-1146.
Got a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Ordinance 2026-1147, again, another first reading, amending Title 17, Chapter 3 of the Mount Pleasant Municipal Code relating to open burning. Philip and Corey.
So this is a comprehensive review and revision to your open burning policy, which is part of municipal code. It basically just goes in line with best practices. Ben is here to speak to the technical part, or Philip can speak to whoever.
You on here for Ben?
Yeah, Ben, would you like to come up?
Ben, you mind?
So this ordinance updates, modernizes our open burning ordinance, which has not been updated since 2013. The proposed changes align the ordinance with current Tennessee law, TDEC regulations, and modern fire service practices, while giving fire department clear authority to protect the public. None of these changes prohibit responsible open burning. They provide a better safeguard, clear enforcement authority, and more flexibility to address changing conditions. Some quick points: it will prohibit the burning of leaves and yard waste, unauthorized commercial burning. It updates our cost recovery, strengthens our enforcement, expands burn ban authority, clarifies permit authority. And while our current ordinance has served us well, it no longer reflects the current state regulations, best practices, or the operational needs of the department. These updates improve the public safety, reduce liability, and provide clear enforcement authority, and ensure we can make sound decisions during periods of elevated fire danger.
Okay. Any questions? Pam, you got any? You weren't here when they talked through this, but it's,
Yeah, I met with Philip and talked through it, but to me, it just makes sense. I think, I'm not a lawyer, but from a liability standpoint, if we're not up to what the state standards are and we have a catastrophic event, that's going to come back on us. And so I think just for the protection of the citizens and to just do the right thing, we need to be at least at state standards. And, we've got like True Rail is a commercial in the middle of all residential homes. And if they wouldn't, but if somebody was in there and they did a big fire and it got out of control, that could be really
Be bad.
catastrophic. So I think it's just a smart thing for us to do as a city.
great. Is there anything else you want to add to that?
No, we talked about it pretty good Thursday,
We do.
so I'm good with it.
Okay. We'll entertain a motion for approval of ordinance 2026-1147.
Make a motion, we approve ordinance 2026-1147 as presented.
Got a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Second, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Ordinance 2026-1148, again, this will be a first reading. An ordinance amending Title 14 zoning and land use control of Mount Pleasant Municipal Code, the same being the zoning ordinance for the city of Mount Pleasant, including the municipal zoning map incorporated therein by rezoning a property from low-density residential R1 to highway commercial CH approved rezone. This is located at 1681 North Main Street. Corey?
So the purpose of this ordinance is to rezone the property at North Main from R1 to highway commercial. This is a change to the zoning map. It will be under the new zoning ordinance that just passed, but there has been no change to highway commercial or R in the change that you just passed. The Planning Commission held a public meeting last Tuesday, and they recommended this rezone. Ms. Johnston can speak to it more, but I think the general rationale was that it used to be commercial and there's commercial right beside it.
Right.
The Planning Commission's worksheet and the resolution that they passed is in your packet as an exhibit. And this will be, it's the orange card, but the orange card will have new numbers on it when you see it next month.
I'll speak on this very briefly. I got a phone call this afternoon from the owner of this property, Nolan Bone, and they are covered up. This company puts up silk fencing in large commercial locations. This property is a house that they are leaving as residential, and then the property next door to it has always been zoned residential, but it was a car lot for years. So actually what we're getting now is the property zoned the way it ought to be zoned because of what they're going to be doing with it. There's not going to be a lot of traffic there. It'll just be his trucks in and out. And that's what it is. And he wanted to let everybody know he got a big job, and he said, I need to stay on it before this rains so that I can get some rain on this. So, made a lot of sense. So, anything anybody else would like to add to this? Hearing nothing else, entertain a motion.
Make the motion, we approve.
Mayor, do you have a list? Is there anyone signed up to talk about these? Okay.
Okay, I make a motion, we approve ordinance 2026-1148 as presented.
Okay, got a motion, we have a second.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We'll move into the resolutions. Resolution 2026-38, a resolution adopting a revised capital improvement plan for the city of Mount Pleasant, Tennessee for fiscal year 2023 through fiscal year 2031. Who wants to take care of that one?
Oh, the caption pretty much says it, but
Yeah, it does.
Mayor Commissioners, this was actually a 10-year plan that's from 21 to 31. Last time we revised it was in 23, so it hasn't been revised since I've been here. But I will say this falls in line with the strategic plan that we went through this year and was adopted. So they should mirror each other, and a lot of things have changed, but we will update this every year. We should as needed. So that's just a revision of the 10-year plan that you established.
And on the attachment, we tried to color code it. We didn't remove the items we completed. So on your attachment, the items that are green are actually already completed. So like the downtown project, the Bond Street Fire Hall, radio system upgrades, police officer security updates, again, radio system upgrade for the police. So those are some of the items. Like there's Gardenia Park was a huge item that we finished with the pavilion and the basketball court, Aramines restrooms, purchase of the back truck, Gray Lane, Canaan Road. So I mean, it goes over everything that we have completed in the last 3 years, and then adds in everything that we are going to do in the future, and also is in line with the budget that we passed. Because all of this was in Philip's strategic plan meeting that he did with y'all a few months ago before the budget. And we tried to tie everything into the budget as well. So all these documents between the strategic plan, the budget, and this tie in together now. We wanted to bring this to you after the budget passed, because if the budget didn't pass the way it was, then we would probably have to make changes to this document.
Any questions? Hearing none, entertain a motion for resolution 2026-38.
I make a motion that we accept resolution 2026-38 as presented.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 2026-39, a resolution by the City of Mount Pleasant, Tennessee, authorizing a payment in lieu of taxes for the Mount Pleasant Power System for fiscal year 26-27. Corey, Shifra, Philip?
We do 3 resolutions every year.
Yeah, we've got 3 in a
Payment in lieu
row.
of taxes for government entities. Of course, this is all controlled by TCAs and things like that in the background. The power company is budgeted about 400-some thousand in our budget this year. The numbers I base them off of is last year's estimate. The power company usually gives us a new estimate in October. Once the tax roll comes out, they know and their audit is done. So all 3 of the next items, that's kind of like each one has its own separate calculation done between the power company does their own, the housing authority does theirs, and then I do the one for the gas for our city.
All right. Again, this happens every year. These are just,
Yeah.
Can we do them together?
No.
no, we have to do them separately. Any questions on this?
No.
Entertain a motion for resolution 2026-39.
I would make a motion that we approve resolution 2026-39 as presented.
Got a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 2026-40, a resolution by the City of Mount Pleasant authorizing payment in lieu of taxes for Mount Pleasant Gas Department.
I make a motion, we accept resolution 2026-40 with taxes on the gas department.
Got a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Got a second? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 2026-41, a resolution approving agreement payment in lieu of taxes to Mount Pleasant Municipal Housing Authority.
Make a motion, we approve resolution 2026-41 as presented for the municipal housing authority.
Got a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Resolution 2026-42, a resolution to obligate LSTBG funds for 272,925 to downtown revitalization project. Chipper?
This is, we discussed this last month meeting, and it was for the STBG funds. We've been obligating the last few years to the downtown project. We had thought maybe this year we wouldn't have to since the project was almost done, but we found out from Laura Lee, who is our grant manager, and then the state people, that we may have invoices that we have already paid in the prior years that they may be able to go back and recoup funds on. So since we have these funds, and these are very restricted funds, we can only use them for certain things, so they don't really give you enough to, as a city, to do a project on its own usually. So this actually helps us with the grant project with the completion of downtown. So the state just wanted a resolution this year, so I'm gonna send this to them. So we just wanted to get it done today.
Okay. Just as a quick side note, I spoke with Brooksy Carlton. Brooksy is the Assistant Commissioner of Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development yesterday, and invited her down to come see what their money has done for us. And she's coming down. She said she'd heard that the revitalization of the square had led to a lot of new vendors, and she really wanted to see what it looked like. So she's going to be down. So it'll be nice to have her be there. So any other questions on revitalization, STBG? It's a lot of,
Consonants.
yeah. Anybody?
Local state transportation block grant.
Yes, it's,
Right.
but it's a bunch.
Very good.
Entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we accept resolution 2026-42 as presented.
Got a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 2026-43, a resolution approving change order number 2 to the engineering contract with civil and environmental consultants for the water meter replacement project.
Mayor and Commissioners, we had this on the agenda last night, and or not last month. You remember me scratching my head that they was increasing it, even though we weren't going to spend all the quantities and the money that's allocated for it. So I got them to see it my way this month. So we're reducing the contract by $45,000. This is to replace the line on Scotttown Road that we know's leaking and we're tired of repairing it, so we're gonna replace the whole daggone line. Sorry, I should have said daggone. But, I get excited about water and getting it in the pipes. I apologize for that. But the value of this is $10,000 and that's approving that, contract.
Hey,
Change order, sorry.
stopping leaks. That's what's most important. Any questions? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
Yeah, comment. Accept this resolution, 2026-43 as presented.
Got a motion, we have a second.
Second.
All those in favor, aye. Motion carries. Resolution 2026-44, resolution to approve the contract with Samsara for the camera system for the sanitation truck.
So this approves the 3-year contract with Samsara for the camera system. This actually replaces the one that you did last year because last year's was just a continuation of year 3. So obviously that year's already been paid, but this is a 3 year starting from now. So they only go in 3-year contracts this before y'all because of the length of the contract.
Any questions on that?
Mhm.
Hearing none, entertain a motion for resolution 2026-44.
Make a motion, we approve resolution 2026-44 as presented.
Got a motion, we have a second.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 2026-45, a resolution approving the engineering contract with civil and environmental consultants for the Mount Pleasant Halong Avenue project.
The purpose of this resolution is to approve a contract with CEC Consultants to do a topographic survey related to the stormwater and roadway improvements on Halong. The proposal for professional services was in your packet and is attached as an exhibit to the resolution. The cost of the services is $93,500. The deliverable here is a survey, and the project will take 2 months, weather permitting. Philip might be able to speak to why we need this.
Mayor and Commissioners, this actually was in the strategic plan about the starting the process on Halong. We're just doing it a little quicker than we anticipated. So this will encompass from North College all the way down Halong and up Goodlow, and it's gonna take the survey of sidewalks and all the way down. This is directly related to the hole that's in the street right now and stormwater, and we're learning more and more each day about that. And so over the next few months, being able to see that water that's been under the street for 50 years. And then where it's coming out on Goodlow, it's opened a lot of eyes for me. So we're gonna do a lot of cameraing and GIS and coordinates with everything that we have stormwater related. Because the last thing I want to do is come back to you guys in a few months and ask you to approve a whole design that's going to be very costly and not understand what we're doing. So this is the first part of the stormwater program that you've established, and I think we're already going to be in the hole a little bit.
We budgeted 75,000 in engineering this year for stormwater already, with part of us setting up the new fund. So this is already, so when I bring a budget amendment in the winter months in January to all, we'll have to amend it for this already. So, but it's got to be done. Halong has prioritized itself.
Yes, sadly.
It's
but
at the
it
top
has.
of the list, yeah, because I don't think it was originally on the top of the list for stormwater. So
I can tell you this, I've been involved in it since the morning it opened up, and I want to compliment our staff. They have worked at this. I mean, guys, when you got a community as old as this one is, they've dug back in old deeds and old site maps and stuff and found stuff that frankly, I don't think anybody in this room knew existed back then. I mean, there was a water system for all the city right down here next door to where the library is. I never knew that. And there was places to tie up your horses. So, I mean, it's been very eye-opening of what we have up through there. I mean, I can't talk enough about all of the staff that's been a part of this. It's been excellent. So, any other comments? Willie, I know you've had a chance to ride with them some too, and get a look at it.
Blowing my mind.
I think I would add to that, we don't understand it yet, but we will understand it, and I would agree with Corey, we've never had a stormwater program, I think we've had a spring.
I think I think that's probably true.
And I just appreciate the fact that we're not just blowing ahead with the whole program until we understand that, because if what we think is true, that really changes
It changes
everything.
the whole
The
design.
whole
Yeah.
thing. So, I mean, to me, that's just a great blessing that whole opened up. And staff has just been incredible in all the work they've done. So, really appreciate it.
All right. Anybody got any other comments on it? Entertain a motion on resolution 2026-45.
I make a motion we approve 2026-45 as presented for the engineering and civil environment consultants.
Got a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Uh,
Opposed? Motion carries. CT Form Downtown Grant Anticipation Note Extension.
This is just a FYI item. We approved the, downtown grant anticipation note in 2025, June of 2025. It just keeps getting extended till the downtown project closes. We have $250,000 left to return to the general fund. So once we return those funds, this will be done. So this is just the debt report that was approved by the comptroller's office saying they're good with our extension to continue on. So
Yes.
All
right.
Oh, and it extends us to January
January the 29th of
20,
27.
2027. Yeah.
Okay. This is no action needed, but we felt like this was important at $250,000 for everybody to hear.
And I'm required. The
And-
comptroller's office requires me to let you all know what steps they approved it. So required to present to you all.
All right. General comments from citizens. Willie, anybody sign up out there for it? All right. Anybody care to speak? Ms. Mary Lee, we appreciate you serving. Thank you very much. Lots went on, short period of time. Thanks everybody for being here, and try to stay cool. Maybe we're gonna get a little better weather. Hopefully we don't get the storms tonight that are possible, but the rain will make it feel a little better.
we got
Philip?
Yeah, I forgot this in my city manager report, but this is a book over at the museum. If you have a chance to go to the museum, go in there. It's for sale. It's When Dirt Turns to Gold, the story of phosphate in Middle Tennessee from 1888 to 1991, and by Miss Sherry Hardison. So just wanted to say that's available.
I got something.
Yeah, it was my next move.
I thought you were shutting us down.
No. Pam?
I just want to remind everybody that Music on the Porch is this Saturday night, and we're going to have a great band. What's wrong? And also, I heard there was a comment at the discussion meeting about maybe the commission not putting in the work, but I mean, the fact that all the things that the staff has done to make sure, just from coordinating all these things that have been in the wrong numbers and the appendixes and getting everything to jive up, and so that everything is coordinated and it's right. And we're doing all these things in the last few years to just make the city, as it moves forward, all these things that have been neglected all these years are being taken care of, so that as it grows, we now have a consistent system. And, thank God we passed the budget so that, we already should have charged more. But I just want to say thank you to everybody on staff. And a lot of what we have to do is made easier by the fact that we've got incredible staff that put it all together and give it to us and let us ask questions and challenge them on it. And so I just really appreciate that.
Ms. Willie?
I just want to remind everybody, like Bill said, our final Fridays, if you can come out and support our small business, we really would appreciate it. And I also want to thank the staff for everything they've done. We've had water leaks. Rain just came in here, busted up pipes. So I do appreciate every staff member we have. Y'all go above and beyond, makes my job easier. And I just want to say thank you.
Okay. I don't have anything. Anybody else? Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that out of here.
Second. All those in favor? Aye.
Dadgummit. Get out of here.
Everybody have a safe evening again.
Dadgummit, get out of here.